This is Trapp Tarell, and I'm here to explain the Timmy Turner story. Alright, part one. Originally, the story, it was just a regular freestyle that I do. I was doing freestyles every week. But, and the double XL Timmy Turner shit came out. Everybody went crazy over it. And then the real song come out, and, we didn't really like it like we thought it was going to be. And so I did a freestyle like I do all the other ones. And the first one was supposed to just be regular, like I said, but it was about a nigga who didn't have shit, and basically he talked to himself, you know what I'm saying? It was really his conscience. Wanda and Cosmo, you know what I'm saying, was really his conscience, you know what I'm saying? And they told him basically like he got to do what he got to do to take care of his family. So he went and broke into this house and to like rob these people or whatever. He got in there and he didn't really know what the fuck he was doing, you know what I'm saying? So he grabbed a girl, and basically his conscience, which is Wanda and Cosmo, Wanda was really on some. See, Wanda was a savage too, you know what I'm saying? Wanda was a savage, but she was kind of telling him like, just like kill the people in the house, but not the little girl, and just take the money and leave. You know what I'm saying? And Cosmo was basically like kill every fucking body. You know, he was like the savage. You know what I'm saying? So he was like kill everybody or whatever. They had a debate in there, or whatever, on what to do. He talking to himself. So imagine if you sitting there talking, like somebody robbed you and you on your knees or whatever. And then you just see somebody talking to themselves. Like, that shit is fucking crazy. So that's basically what they're looking at. You know what I'm saying? They looking at him just talking to himself. And he ended up taking Cosmo advice and killing everybody in the house, even though he wants to leave at one point, but he killed everybody, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically what part one was about. I wasn't going to make a part two, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted me to, because like I said, it was originally just supposed to be just a regular freestyle, just put it out, just trying to build a fan base or whatever. And I actually waited 3 months to put out part two because I didn't plan on fucking doing it, you know what I'm saying? My homies, everybody telling me to do it. Like, I didn't want to do it. I ain't see no point of it. I didn't make any money. I wasn't making no money off of it, so I didn't see a point of it. So basically what I did was, after so long, I had to like kind of put my pride to the side, because I started realizing it was more pride not making me not want to do part two than anything. But that part one had got like 1 million views on 2 different sites, so made the part two, right? Part two was about, I bought Jimmy Neutron into part two. And what happened was, in part one, when Timmy went into those people's house and robbed them and killed everybody, he didn't know that it was somebody else in the kitchen basically hiding, which ended up being Jimmy Neutron. So Jimmy basically, since Timmy didn't know that Jimmy was in there, Jimmy basically played Timmy in part two, became his friend, watched out on him. Timmy took the little money or whatever, and I think I said it was like 8,000 or something like that. And Jimmy basically helped him come up. You know what I'm saying? He helped him establish himself where he was running one side of the town. And, Timmy wanted bigger things in the dope game. And Wanda basically told him to just holler at Jimmy, since Jimmy kind of put him on in the first place, and told him to holler at Jimmy, make bigger moves, whatever. Cosmo didn't really like that shit. He didn't like the fact that that it was such a cheap price for how he started him. So Cosmo was basically warning him, which is that, like, again, it's their conscience. You know what I'm saying? Basically, one was warning him. Okay. Keep going. All right. Basically, one was warning him, and the other one wasn't. So the other one was telling him to, like, you know what I'm saying, just go ahead and do it, whatever. And what else happened? Timmy listened to Wanda, hollered at Jimmy, you know what I'm saying, trying to come up or whatever. And he hollered at him. Jimmy basically like, look, I know this big lick we can hit for $1 million. The dude who plugged me, going out of town, we going to go in his house. We going to dig up all his money that he hid in the ground. I know he hid it in the ground, whatever. Cosmo, like, fuck that shit. That shit don't sound right. But Wanda was like, man, just get that money and be gone. You know what I'm saying? You should trust Jimmy. Jimmy put you on. You know what I'm saying? So he listened to Wanda. And they went to the house. And basically, they got in the house. And while they digging, Jimmy told Timmy that he wanted to tell him a story just to make time pass by. And the story was about Timmy. Jimmy told Timmy everything he did in part 1. That he came in the house, that let me go back. He gave him guns. Like, when Timmy got there to the house that they was gonna rob, Jimmy gave him a gun or whatever. So when they got in there, that's when he was like, I'm gonna tell you a story, whatever, woo woo. And they got to tell him, he basically was telling Timmy everything that happened in part 1, all his moves, all this. And meanwhile, while he telling him this, like, Wanda and Cosmo is kind of talking to Timmy like, this is some fuck shit. Like, I think he talking about you. Why he know this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he talking about you, like, we finna have to kill Jimmy. Because he obviously knows something. You didn't tell nobody about this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, Wanda and Cosmo was kind of warning Timmy or whatever. So, as he's telling this story, they talking that shit to him. And it came a point in the story where it was for sure that he was talking about Timmy. And Timmy, they told Timmy, Wanda and Cosmo told Timmy to hop up and kill Jimmy, basically. And when he did, it wasn't no bullets in the fucking gun. Because Jimmy gave him, it was all a plan from the start. He befriended Jimmy in the first place to be able to set him up. You know what I'm saying? To do this to him. And it ended up in the same house and everything. Like, Timmy didn't even recognize it was the same house and all that shit. So he killed Timmy Turner. Alright, so part 3, right? Everybody was asking, you know what I'm saying, why I still call it Timmy Turner story. It's because all the events happened around Timmy Turner. So even though Timmy died in part 2, it's still the Timmy Turner story because it's based around Timmy. So part 3, Jimmy had done killed Timmy in part 2 and moved on. He just continued to live his life. He ended up meeting a bitch or whatever. He ended up meeting a girl, an older woman, and it was Vicky from the show. And, Vicky was an OG, you know what I'm saying? I basically made her be like an OG. She been in the streets, but she was kind of chilling and babysitting, and she really held, Jimmy down in part 3. And, he trusted her. She met his mom. She was just like, a real chick. Like, she went with him to make all the drug deals. Like, she really had his back. So he ended up trusting her to the point to where he told her about him killing Timmy. Now, she knew Timmy, obviously. He knew she knew Timmy. So, but because he trusted her so much, he told her his biggest secret, which is about him killing Timmy. And a bitch is always a nigga downfall. But because Vicky got that street background that I made her have, instead of her going to the cops, she made her own plan to just kill him because she fucked with Timmy. On the show, she babysitting him and all that shit. So, like, he was basically family to her, you know what I'm saying? And I made that shit to where, like, she she basically was going to try to set him up or whatever. So one day, you know what I'm saying, he hit up like he finna go get a package. And he asked her to come. And mind you, I already said in the beginning of part 3, she go with him to make all the deals. But she didn't want to go this time. You know, she was telling when Jimmy first told her about killing Timmy, you know, she was telling him like how important family was and all that shit, right? So after he went to get the package by himself, she at the crib drinking, you know, woo-woo. She basically hyping herself up to kill this nigga. He get back to the crib, you know what I'm saying? She act normal. She help him break down the shit. He, you know, he's sleepy. She cooked for the nigga. He finna go to sleep. You know, we go to sleep and shit after we eat. And while he was gone to get the package, she like loaded the gun and everything. She had a whole plan. She was gonna wait to, you know what I'm saying, feed him, try to make him go to sleep, whatever. And she was gonna kill him in his sleep. The opportunity came. He came back. Like I said, they bust down the, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And he went in there to go to sleep. She hadn't already loaded her gun up in there. She unloaded his. But, you know, by Jimmy being like a street nigga, he just paranoid anyway. He paid attention to the small things that she said. You know, she told him she wasn't mad about him killing Timmy, but she also said family important, and Timmy was like, family. She had been going with him to make all the sales, but all of a sudden she don't want to go. He noticed these things, you know what I'm saying? So he went in the room when he went to take his nap. He checked the guns and whatever. So he in there, you know, he sleep, and she walked in the room, you know, drunk, ready to kill this nigga. And so that's what she did. She went in there, she grabbed her strap, you know what I'm saying, and basically went to unload that bitch on his ass while he was asleep. And nothing was in the chamber because he had already checked the game, swapped the gun, swapped them out, whatever. And he basically hopped up and murdered her ass, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how that happened. He ended up killing her, and it led to part 4. And it led to part 4. 4 hasn't came out yet. It'll be on the Sip Guy mixtape. But if I do want to tell y'all something about part 4, let me see what I can tell y'all. I can tell y'all that I did add another character. And it is definitely, it's a character that's been in the show a lot. I know that really don't tell y'all shit, but I don't care. So, yeah, that's me explaining the Timmy Turner story. You know what I'm saying? Sip God mixtape drops 4/15 of this year. Please download. You know what I'm saying? It'll be up for pre-order close to the end of this month if y'all want to support that way. Visit the website, trapptarellwtf.com. And that's me explaining the Timmy Turner story. I really didn't explain shit, but whatever.
Whatever.